Your children can use as a location device.
I want to see the FlashFlood.
There we go. Get that water gun.
Of course, it's not really a flash flood, right? It's actually thousands of gallons of recycled water released in tanks at the top of the hill. The water comes all the way down the hill, and then we transfer it over to the drinking fountain from our Terminator 2 3D. I'm just kidding. There's no drinking fountains over there. There are the rest of the park, so don't drink the water here. Now, in Old Mexico, we film scenes from television shows like House, starring Hugh Laurie, as well as NBC's hit comedy Community, and the upcoming Russell Brand movie called Hot. Also, make sure you check it out. In this clip above you is Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti. And also Celebrity FlashFlood on these streets like Audie Murphy, Hoot Gibson, Jimmy Stewart, and even the Duke himself, John Wayne. Here to tell you a little bit more about this area is our co-host Whoopi, and she should be very familiar with these streets. It's where she filmed some scenes from The Color Purple, directed by Steven Spielberg. Take a look.
Did you know that more movies have been shot on these streets than any other spot in the world? Now, during the silent film era, they could shoot up to 6 movies at the same time, one on each one of these 6 streets. That's why it's called 6 Points, because each street had its own bank, its own sheriff's office, its own saloon, and its own hotel. Now, it turns out that this town ain't big enough for both of us. So get on back onto your tram stagecoach thing and get the heck out of here. Go on.
All right, Whoopi, you don't have to be so pushy. Now, if you look around, you might notice some of these doorways are a little smaller or larger than the ones you have at home. That's just some movie magic. See, we built some doorways smaller so our cowboys looked taller and brawnier than they actually were. And some doorways larger so our damsels in distress appeared that much more vulnerable. And when our leading lady was taller than our cowboy hero, well, that's easy. We just dug a trench in the ground and we made her walk in it when they walked side by side. Pretty terrible, actually. We create illusions all the time here on the Universal backlot. For example, the water that you see over on your right-hand side, well, that's just the Black Lagoon from Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's also where we shot some scenes from where Norman Bates dumped his victim in Psycho. Sometimes, however, when you film with water, it can be a little tricky, which is why we have the underwater tank on the left side. The underwater tank allows us to film scenes underwater, all while keeping the director, the crew, and most importantly, the camera dry. We just film from the hatches on the outside of the tank.
I found the snake.
And speaking of illusions, the area we're driving over right now was used as the surface of the moon in Apollo 13.
Ooh, I like how this tour is long.
It's 55 minutes.
Are you serious?
As I said before, the water of the Black Lagoon was used as a Creature of the Black Lagoon.
You see the dot just now.
The park that you see over to your right-hand side looks like a pretty dinky little park, but this can actually be transformed to look like Central Park or Griffith Park or any park